Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Let me ask you something right off the bat. Do you ever feel like you're just reacting to life? Like you're a passenger in a car, watching the scenery go by, maybe occasionally complaining about the route, but you're not the one holding the steering wheel? You get up, go through the motions, tackle whatever crisis pops up, maybe scroll for a bit, and then it's bedtime, only to repeat it all tomorrow. Day blurs into week, week into month, month into year, and you look back and wonder, how did I even get here? Or worse, is this it? We're told to work hard, get a good job, save money, climb the ladder. That's the traditional path to success, right? But if you look around at the people who have built truly significant wealth, who have achieved real financial and time freedom, most of them didn't get there just by being the hardest worker in the room, trading time for money. What if there's a different way? A path focused less on grinding hours and more on leverage, judgment, and uniqueness. My thinking on success, wealth, and freedom was fundamentally changed by the ideas of one person, Naval Ravikant, an entrepreneur, investor, and philosopher who has distilled complex truths into incredibly clear, actionable principles. Today we're diving deep into one of his most powerful concepts, how to productize yourself. It's not about turning yourself into a commodity. It's about packaging your unique skills, knowledge, and identity in a way that creates leverage and builds real wealth and freedom. If you feel like you're hitting a ceiling with just trading your time for money, or if you're curious about building wealth in the modern age, stick around. Because this framework from Naval Ravikant could completely change how you think about your career, your potential, and your path to success. Let's first acknowledge the trap many of us are in. We are programmed from a young age to seek security through employment. Get a degree, find a stable company, climb the corporate ladder, get annual raises. And look, there's nothing inherently wrong with having a job. It provides income, structure, and often valuable experience. But it's crucial to understand its limitations, especially if your goal is significant wealth and freedom. When you trade your time for money, your income is inherently capped. There are only so many hours in the day, and your ability to scale your impact or your earnings is limited by your individual capacity. Naval makes a critical distinction. Wealth is not the same as money. Money is how we transfer time and effort. Wealth is having assets that earn while you sleep. Businesses, investments, intellectual property. It buys your freedom. But even wealth isn't the whole picture of true success according to Naval. He often talks about the three major pillars of a good life: wealth, health, and happiness. They are interconnected. Pursuing wealth at the expense of your health or happiness is a losing game. Building sustainable wealth and freedom should support your health and give you the space and peace of mind for happiness. True success is optimizing for all three. Many people also play status games. They chase titles, corner offices, designer clothes, things to impress others. But status games are a zero-sum game. For someone to be high status, someone else must be low status. They are exhausting and often don't build true wealth or freedom. They often come at the expense of health and authentic happiness. Naval encourages playing wealth creation games. These are positive-sum games where everyone involved can potentially benefit. Building something valuable, creating products, solving real problems at scale. These games, when played mindfully, can also support your health and happiness by providing purpose and autonomy. The goal isn't just a big bank account. The real goal is freedom. Freedom of time, freedom of location, freedom from worry about money, freedom to pursue what genuinely interests you, and the freedom to prioritize your health and inner peace. Naval calls this getting rich, not in a greedy sense, but in a sense of abundance and autonomy across all aspects of a flourishing life. So how do we build wealth, health, and happiness and achieve freedom in the modern connected world without just following the old, limited script? Naval offers a framework centered around principles, not just tactics. It's less about how to get rich quick and more about how to become the kind of person who generates wealth sustainably and lives a free life. His core principles revolve around understanding and acquiring leverage, applying excellent judgment, and building specific knowledge. And when you combine these, you can productize yourself. Now, some people look at successful individuals and just say, "Oh, they got lucky." And while luck does play a role in life, Naval argues that you can dramatically increase your surface area for luck. He talks about different kinds of luck. Blind luck, pure chance like winning the lottery. Luck from hustle. Through sheer persistence and hard work, you stumble into opportunities. Luck from preparation. Being skilled and prepared so when an opportunity arises, you can seize it. Fortune favors the prepared mind. Luck from your character. Building a unique reputation and brand so that luck finds you because of who you are and what you've built. Naval's framework, and specifically productizing yourself, is about maximizing the third and fourth types of luck. By building specific knowledge, taking accountability, and using leverage, you become incredibly prepared, and you build a unique identity that naturally attracts opportunities that wouldn't come to others. It's about making yourself lucky. This is maybe the most misunderstood part. Specific knowledge isn't knowledge that can be taught in school or trained for easily. It's deeply personal and often emerges from your innate curiosity. Naval says specific knowledge is knowledge you can't be trained for. If society can train you, it can train someone else and replace you. Knowledge you gain by pursuing your genuine curiosity and passion. It feels like play to you but looks like work to others, often highly technical or creative. It's usually at the edge of human knowledge in a specific domain. Cannot be outsourced or automated away easily. Delivered through apprenticeship, not school. You learn it by doing and by working with others who have it. This knowledge isn't usually just one thing. It's often a unique combination of skills, experiences, and interests. Maybe you understand complex financial models and you're excellent at communicating them simply. Or you know a niche industry inside out and you understand the power of online communities. Your specific knowledge is often found at the intersection of your unique blend of passions and aptitudes. Why is this important? Because specific knowledge makes you irreplaceable, and this is your key to avoiding competition. Naval's powerful insight here is, if you're competing, you're doing it wrong. When you compete directly, you're in a race to the bottom where the market drives prices and value down. But when you develop unique specific knowledge that is authentically yours, you create a monopoly of one. Nobody else has that exact combination of skills, experiences, and perspectives. You escape competition by being uniquely you. Ask yourself, what did I do as a kid that felt like play but required effort from others? What topics do I love reading about or learning about naturally? What skills have I developed through unique experiences or hobbies that aren't common? What problems do I instinctively try to solve? Where do 2 or 3 of my distinct interests or skills overlap? That intersection might be your specific knowledge. Start identifying your unique blend of skills, interests, and experiences. This is your raw material, and it's the foundation for escaping the competitive race. Specific knowledge gives you the unique skill. But to turn it into wealth and freedom, you need accountability. This means having skin in the game. Accountability means you stand to gain significantly if things go well, and you stand to lose significantly if they go poorly. It's about having ownership, equity in a business, owning real estate, having royalties from your creations, investing your own capital. When you own, you benefit directly from the value you create. When you work for a salary, you trade accountability for security. You limit your downside. You get paid even if the company does poorly up to a point, but you severely limit your upside. Your potential reward is a tiny fraction of the value you create for the company. Entrepreneurs, investors, creators who own their platforms, they have high accountability. They take on more risk up front, but their potential reward is unlimited because they own a piece of the value they create. Accountability also builds your reputation. If you put your name on something, if you own the outcome, your reputation, for better or worse, becomes tied to it. This is powerful leverage over the long term. Building a good name for yourself, demonstrating reliability, integrity, and competence in your area of specific knowledge is a form of accountability that attracts opportunities and trust. Think about your career path or interests. Are there ways you can move from simply being paid for your time to owning a piece of the upside? Can you negotiate equity instead of just salary? Can you start a side project where you own the results? Can you build an audience or platform that you own and control? Can you invest your savings into assets, putting your capital to work? Look for opportunities to build ownership and tie your reputation to the value you create, even if it's small to start. Leverage is the critical component that separates someone making a good living from someone building serious wealth and impact. Naval defines leverage as tool multipliers, things that multiply your efforts beyond your individual time and energy. He talks about different forms of leverage. Labor leverage, other people working for you, factories, large teams. This is the oldest form, requires management skills, and can be complex to manage well. Capital leverage, money working for you, investments, machines, advertising spend. This requires capital to start with but can scale immensely. Money can hire more people, buy more machines, or amplify your message through advertising. Code leverage. Software and algorithms working for you. Write the code once, it can serve millions. Has almost infinite reach and scale potential. Near zero marginal cost of replication. Media leverage. Content that works for you. Books, videos, podcasts, social media. Create it once, it can reach millions instantly. Also has huge reach and scale, low cost of replication. This also includes building an audience or a community around your ideas. In the 21st century, the permissionless leverage, code and media, is the most powerful for individuals. You don't need permission from a boss or investors to start a blog, a YouTube channel, build an app, or write code and distribute it. You can acquire and use this leverage yourself, often starting with very little capital. This is how you scale your specific knowledge and your accountability. You package your unique insights, specific knowledge, into a product, leverage like code or media, that you own, accountability. If you have unique knowledge about pottery, specific knowledge, you could just sell pots, limited by your time skill. Or you could write a book, media leverage, or create an online course, media code leverage, about your unique techniques that you own, accountability. Now your specific knowledge can reach and help thousands, and you benefit directly from the scale. Leverage amplifies your unique value. Think about your area of specific knowledge or interest. Which form of leverage could you potentially use to scale it? Could you create content about it that reaches many people, media? Could you build a tool, app, or system around it, code? Could you use capital, savings or investment, to build or grow something related to it, capital? Could you build a team, start small, to execute on your vision, labor? Look for ways to stop trading only your time and start using tools that multiply your efforts and allow you to reach many people. This brings us to the core concept. Productize yourself. It does not mean selling your soul or becoming a fake persona. In fact, it's the opposite. It means taking who you uniquely are, specific knowledge, built from your authentic interests and combined skills, and packaging your unique insights or skills into something that can be productized and scaled using leverage that you own, accountability. It's about finding the intersection of what you are uniquely good at, specific knowledge, your authentic interests plus skills, what you can own and be accountable for, accountability, what you can scale using modern tools, leverage. This is where your authenticity becomes a superpower. Because you are leveraging who you uniquely are and what you genuinely care about, you're building something that is inherently difficult for others to copy. They can't copy your specific journey, your specific blend of knowledge, or your specific voice. This is how you truly escape the rat race. You're not competing on price or hours. You're competing on unique value delivered at scale, rooted in your authentic self. And as Naval says, no one can compete with you on being you. Your specific knowledge, built from your authentic interests, combined with your unique experiences and personality, is your moat, the barrier that protects you from competition. Think about successful people who embody this. A software engineer who builds a widely used open-source library or a SaaS product based on a problem they uniquely understood. A writer who builds a massive audience through a newsletter and then writes a book or starts a paid community by sharing their authentic thoughts and unique perspective. An investor with unique market insights built over years of passionate study who starts a fund or shares their analysis in a paid format. A designer who creates unique digital assets or templates based on their distinct artistic style and sells them on marketplaces. They aren't just selling their hours. They created a product, software, content, a system that embodies their unique value, rooted in their authenticity, and it can reach many people without needing their constant direct involvement. Productizing yourself isn't just a set of steps, it's a fundamental mindset shift. It requires cultivating certain core principles. Cultivate excellent judgment. This is paramount. In the age of leverage, your decisions matter more than your raw effort. Applying leverage to poor judgment just allows you to make bigger mistakes faster. Knowing what to build, who to partner with, how to position your product, where to apply leverage, these are acts of judgment. Improving judgment comes from deep understanding, experience, learning from mistakes, and critical thinking. It's a skill you hone over time. Embrace reading and deep thinking. Naval stresses that reading widely and thinking clearly are non-negotiable for building judgment and specific knowledge. Read what genuinely interests you until you fall in love with the process. Thinking isn't just about processing information, it's about forming new connections, identifying patterns, and developing original insights. Schedule time specifically for thinking and reflection. Understand and apply. Compounding. Wealth, specific knowledge, reputation, relationships, good habits, they all compound over time. Make decisions today that build assets, tangible or intangible, that will grow exponentially over 5, 10, 20 years. Avoid chasing quick wins that don't compound. Patience is key because compounding takes time to show dramatic results. Find work that feels like play. If you're truly pursuing your genuine curiosity and building specific knowledge in an area you love, the work won't feel like work. This allows you to dedicate intense focus and long hours without burning out, enabling you to outcompete those who are just doing it for the money or status. Recognize desire as a contract with yourself to be unhappy. This is a classic Naval quote. Be acutely aware of chasing external validation or material things just because society tells you to. These external desires often lead to suffering. Focus on building internal freedom and appreciating what you have. Cultivate radical patience. Building significant wealth and freedom through productizing yourself takes time. It requires years of building specific knowledge, experimenting with leverage, and refining your offering. There will be periods of slow progress, setbacks, and frustration. Understand that it's a long-term game. Consistency over intensity is key. Don't give up too early. Okay, this might sound exciting, but also a little overwhelming. Productize myself? Leverage? Specific knowledge? Where do I even begin? Here are some practical first steps you can take to start applying these principles today. Deep self-assessment. Go back to that specific knowledge reflection. What truly fascinates you? What skills have you acquired uniquely? What combinations of interests feel natural to you? Spend dedicated time identifying this raw material. Commit to reading and thinking. Block out time daily or weekly purely for reading things that build your knowledge and judgment, and for quiet, undirected thinking. Make it a non-negotiable habit. Explore leverage channels. Without committing, just explore. How do people use media leverage? Podcasts, newsletters, social, or code leverage, apps, tools, in areas that interest you. Read, observe, learn the tools. Start building authority, media leverage. Even if your long-term product is software or a physical item, start sharing your unique insights today using media. Write online, blogs, Twitter threads, newsletters. Start a small podcast, make short videos, document your learning journey. This helps you clarify your thinking, build your reputation, accountability, attract like-minded people, and build an audience, which is itself a powerful form of leverage. Find your tribe and seek mentors. Connect with others who are also building and creating in your areas of interest. Join online communities, attend meetups, virtual or in person. Learn from their experiences. Identify people you admire who are further along the path you want to travel and learn from them through their content or, if possible, by reaching out or finding ways to work near them. Your peers provide support and different perspectives. Mentors provide guidance and wisdom. Look for ownership opportunities. In your current job, can you take on projects with more accountability? Can you ask for performance bonuses tied to value creation or even equity? On the side, can you start a project where you own the intellectual property or the resulting asset? Can you start investing a small amount regularly? Don't try to do everything at once. Pick one area to focus on today or this week. Maybe it's dedicating 30 minutes to identifying your specific knowledge combination, or starting to read a book Naval recommends, or researching one type of leverage, or writing your first online post about a topic you know well. The journey of productizing yourself starts with a single step grounded in self-awareness, intentionality, and a commitment to the long game. As you embark on this journey guided by Naval's principles, be aware of some common traps. The perfectionism trap, waiting for the perfect plan or the perfect moment. Imperfect action applying leverage is the only way forward. The comparison trap, measuring your unique path against others, especially highlight reels online. Your specific knowledge and journey are incomparable. Focus on your own progress. Getting overwhelmed, seeing the whole journey and feeling paralyzed. Break it down. Focus on the next logical step guided by your judgment. Lack of patience, expecting wealth and freedom to appear quickly. This is a marathon fueled by compounding over years. Reiterate, radical patience is required. You are building a fortress, brick by painstaking brick. Fear of judgment. Worrying about what others will think if you deviate from the default path. or if your early attempts fail. Remember, your authenticity is your strength. External opinions are just noise. Ignoring your inner signals. Pushing through despite feeling burned out or deeply unhappy. Neglecting health and happiness. Your well-being is a pillar of true success. Be mindful of these pitfalls and be gentle with yourself. There will be times you stumble. Learn from them, adjust your blueprint, apply your judgment, and keep going. So, to recap Naval Ravikant's profound framework, seeking true success in wealth, health, and happiness, leading to freedom, moving beyond trading time for money by building assets, understanding and applying the pillars, specific knowledge, accountability, and leverage, synthesizing them to productize yourself, leveraging your authenticity to escape competition, cultivating critical mindsets, judgment, compounding, continuous learning, reading and thinking, finding play, radical patience, and managing desires, taking practical steps like self-assessment, exploring leverage, building authority, finding peers, mentors, and seeking ownership. It might sound like a lot, but remember, the power is in the small, consistent steps. You are building something valuable that compounds over time. Designing your life and building wealth through these principles isn't just about getting rich. It's about bringing intention to how you create value, how you leverage your unique abilities, and ultimately, how you gain freedom. Freedom of time, location, financial freedom, and freedom from external expectations. You have the power to shape your reality. It starts with understanding these principles, identifying your unique raw material, and committing to building patiently and persistently. You are not a passenger. You are the architect, and you now have a powerful framework to guide your construction. Now I want to hear from you. Which of Naval Ravikant's principles resonated with you the most today? Was it specific knowledge, leverage, judgment, patience, or something else? Or based on the practical steps section, what's one tiny action you can take today or this week to start applying this framework in your life? Let me know in the comments below. Your insight could be exactly what someone else needs to read. If this deep dive into Naval's ideas gave you a new perspective, provided clarity, or motivated you, please hit the like button. It makes a huge difference and helps signal to YouTube that this content is valuable and should be shared. And if you want to continue exploring these powerful ideas about wealth, freedom, and building a life on your own terms, make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell. Thank you so much for watching and for engaging with these ideas. Keep learning, keep building, and keep productizing the unique combination of skills and knowledge that is you. See you in the next video.